So here we are doing a little video. And the little video we're going to do is to do with these little gin bottles, the little bottles that you get in a Christmas gift set or Valentine's gift, you know, the ones that comes with a little bottle and a glass. Or, as these came from, somebody had last year had a gin advent calendar. So because I do all kinds of crafting, she said you can do something with these. It seems a shame to throw them away because some of them are lovely. So these ones are glass, but you can get plastic ones from eBay, Amazon, that sort of thing. And you can also get these, which they're glass. They're from the UK. We have something called the Works, and they come in a pack of 6, the range, so you'll probably be able to get those as well. They don't have the string on, but you'll get the drift of what I'm going to do. It's going to be Christmas dangly. So I've washed the label off. This one, just a ordinary bottle. I've washed the label off, and I've got some bits and pieces to sort of put on it, different ribbons. So I thought message in a bottle. So I've actually got some tea dyed and coffee dyed paper. Let's get this rubbish out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. And it's supposed to look like old paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rough measure the size I need. Now you can have it so that it sticks out so you can retrieve it again, or you can have it shorter. I'm going to have it neck size, so I'm just going to mark down that just with my finger there and fold it over. Now for this one you might want to give yourself just a couple of little bits, because I'm going to make it look even older. So do that, and I'm going to tear along that fold that I did, and I'm going to roll it up like so. Halfway I think should do it. Well, we'll go halfway. We'll do 2 and we'll go halfway. So what I'm going to do is, if you are doing this with your children, please do this bit yourself. And please have a bucket of water handy, or a spray bottle of such. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to roll it up tightly, and then I'm going to get my lighter and I'm going to set fire to the edge, and then I'm going to put it out, and I'm going to do the same with that side. And there you see, it looks like older paper. No, get rid of that. So we're now going to do the words. Now what do we want on our message? What do we want on our message in a bottle that we can look back on? So 2021. So we've got 2021. Just like a little wish list sort of thing. So that's our little wish list. I'm gonna roll it all up. Now I know what's written in that, but in years to come I might forget. So I've got a little bit of red ribbon, and I'm actually going to glue that just on that bit there where it doesn't just there. I keep forgetting that the camera's over there. Just pop that on there, and I'm going to leave that to dry for a minute or two. Doesn't take long with the this is acetate based glue, so it doesn't warp the papers. Now I'm going to do this one now, and you might find this a little bit strange, but I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to glue those two pieces together. There's a method in me madness, so I keep telling myself. And then I'm going to get some nail varnish, and I'm just going to draw-ish a seal shape. I'm just trying to get more on the outside so that it looks like it's raised. I think that'll do us. From what I can see in this terrible light. You've probably already realised what I'm doing. So this is going in the bottle. This is our little wish for 2021. This is the year I made it. So in 2022, open it up. and have a little look. So that'll go like that. And I'm actually, when that dries, I'm gonna cut that out and that'll go there as the seal. The reason I'm not using actual sealing wax is because it is very fragile and it will break if I try shoving it in a bottle, whereas cardboard I can bend. So let's go back to the bottle. We're going to need ribbon, twine, thread, something. So I've got this little red cord. Hopefully there'll be enough here. I'm just going to tie that round the neck of the bottle quite tightly. Like so. Make a racket, wake the neighbours up. And then I'm going to tie those two ends. So that gives me a loop. She says. God, this light is awful. Did I do it? That'll do. So it's now hanging. So you can either hang that on your tree if you've got a big enough tree, or on, obviously, on the bottom boughs of the tree so that it doesn't have too far to fall. So with that, I've got a couple of different ribbons. I've actually got some bits and pieces of haberdashery for making hats. I thought this would be quite Christmassy. So let's have a little look what one of these looks like. She says. Planning and preparation is obviously not my thing. Right, here we go. So we've got one of those, and we've got some little purple beads. We'll have 3, because 3 is always a good number. And they've got little purple beads with a little rhinestone on the top. So we'll put that on there like that. And I've got one of these which is just what do you call them, diamantes. So we'll put that behind there like that and twist them all together. La, 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 la. Now I'm going to hang mine upside down. On the bottle. Like so. It's basically just to add a bit more interest to the bottle, but some people only like a plain. They don't like too much decoration. I mean, it doesn't have to be for Christmas, it can be for whatever. You can have it as a Valentine's, or, you know, a wedding favour, or a little present that you want to wish someone something. It's not sitting nicely, is it? That's a bit better. So I've got two different types of ribbon here, and I'm going to use the red and gold. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it round a couple of times, see if I can hide that part there. Because I'm not actually going to tie a knot in it. I think that will do me. And snip off the ribbon and snip off the ribbon. Get my trusty glue. This is Fabri-Tac. This does everything, does what it says on the tin. It's a very, very good glue for fabric. It says it glues to glass. So, but it does take a bit of a while to set. So pull it tight while you wrap this round. Put a bit more glue there on that back piece, because now we know where it's gonna sit. Pull that round. And put a tad of glue on there, just to try and keep that in space. Do you know, I don't even know if this is in camera. I'm going to have to do it all again if it's not. So that's the outside of the bottle, and hang like so. So while that's drying, my little seal of approval has dried. So I'm just going to cut a wiggly line, just, you know, to trying to make it. Don't want a perfect circle. You want to make it look like wax has melted in a splodge, which is what a seal of approval is. It wasn't quite dry. Now the reason I used red card is so that because when you cut it, the white card would have showed through. So hopefully you can get hold of some red card to do this. And then I'm going to stick that, as I say, I'm just going to stick that just on there. Like that. I'm going to hold that there for a minute or two. So, oh, we've moved off centre. That's what I mean. It is good, but it does take a minute or two to set. Sticking to my fingers. So I'm just going to press pause for a minute while this dries. I've just thought on, I can do another quick little one while that's drying and that's drying, so we'll just pop those out the back there. Right, these are gift tags. They were just from a cheap shop, but these ones actually have 3 little soldiers on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the little nutcrackers out, not completely, right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl the card. Now, I'm doing this, but obviously you don't want to do it too hard because you'll rip it and it'll be a waste. So you just need to try and curl it without it bending, without there being a crease. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this like that. Now, I've got some sticky tape here. It's not very sticky, but it'll do for this. And I'm going to put that half on there, like so. And I'm going to put half get those two ends together, and I don't think that's going to fit in the bottle. No, it's not. Right, take 2. We'll cut one off. And we'll just do it with the 2. Try not to get a crease in it, which is going to be difficult because it's now smaller, but let's give it a whirl. Get those 2 edges together like that, and get a pen or a pencil to go up the tube to actually stick the sticky on that crease. And then there's that little glass bottle I showed you before, but I've put some snow tinsel in it, and we're going to put our little soldiers in there, and we're going to put our cork on, and we're going to cut a little bit more cardboard off the top. And try and get it into the bottom of the bottle as much as we can. So there we go, and we're going to put our cork on, and there we have 2 little nutcrackers in a glass bottle that we can hang on our tree. So let's have a little look and see if this is dry. Yeah, it's dry enough. So unscrew the lid, make the neighbours up again. Roll this quite tightly it in the bottle. Give the bottle a bit of a shake just to get that ribbon, and then we screw the lid back on. So there we go, that'll hang on the tree. Your little wish for next year, or your little wish for good health for somebody who's being married, or whatever you decide. But there's a little idea that you can be going on with. So I'm going to lay those two down there so that you can see. So there we go. So I'll give you a little bit of a close-up look of what they look like. So that's that one. And there's another soldier in the back. Got a little bit of snow. And there's the seal and the ribbons and the string to dangle. Better out of focus, but I mean they don't have to dangle. I just think they look quite effective. And with the light catching them. So there we go. My two little bottles.